Hi everyone, and welcome once again to my channel. If this is your first time of coming to join me, I want to say a very big welcome. Thank you for coming. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming again. Today I want to share information about renew your Nigerian passport in the UK. So if you're in the UK and you're trying to renew your Nigerian passport, I'll try as much as possible to tell us the things we need and how to go about it, and some of the mistakes I made so that someone out there would not make that same mistake. Last year, my passport expired September 2023 last year. So I started the application in July. Although I wanted to use the passport for something important, so I felt, oh, if I start around July, there's still enough time to get it, even if there's still enough time. So one thing I want to tell you there also is that you can start your renewal as soon as your passport is about 6 months to expire. You don't have to wait for 5 months or about a month. You can start less than 6 months, start your renewal process. And if you're not planning, because I wasn't planning to go to Nigeria soon, so there was no point waiting till the time I go to Nigeria because I was gonna need this very soon. So, but I think you can actually travel to Nigeria with your expired passport and renew it over there. That is for someone who is willing to go to Nigeria. So I wasn't really, so I just had to do it here. So I started the application in July. And one thing I would also like to make mention of is that if you're planning to renew, make sure you've got your NIN available. Your NIN number is very important because if you look at the old passports, there wasn't any NI, but now for the new one, there's your NI number. So that shows that the NIN is really important. So if you are yet to get your NIN number, I would advise you to do that first because that's the first requirement. And if you've got the SIM you use to your SIM that you use that you can still, put into the phone, and provided it's connected with your NIN, you can dial *346# and follow the instruction. It's going to bring out your NI number. That was how I was able to get my own number on my MTN SIM, and I was able to apply. So straight to the application, I did it, and then today I'll be showing us step by step on how to do it and some other things. So if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask, even at the end, kindly let me know in the comment section. Because I live about 2.5 hours from the location where the embassy, Nigerian High Commission, is located in London. So I booked my appointment for 11 o'clock so that I don't want to give any chances of being late. So I booked it for 11 o'clock in July. I started the process. I booked in August, and I was able to get an appointment in November. See how far that's I booked in August, September, October, November. That's about 3 months before I could able to get an appointment. So that's what I'm saying, is that if you need to renew your passport, you can start as early as possible. Once your passport is less than 6 months, you can start to apply for the renewal because it's not something that you get straight away. So I got 3 months. That's November. First week in November, I got the appointment to go. So I woke up very early. We went, and I was able to get there about 10:30. We entered. One thing I want to prepare our mind for is, as you're going there, just prepare your mind that that day is not as stressful as I have been hearing. It's not as stressful as people have been saying it. So I can tell you that just just make sure that that day you've dedicated it to it. If you're so lucky that you live close by, if you live in London and the environment, then good for you. I live far away. To and fro, it's about 5 hours. So it's not something I just want to go and play. I've prepared myself for that day, that, oh, today is today. Anyhow, I have to get my biometrics and everything done. So capturing, yes. So when you get there first, you show them all the documents. I'll be telling you these documents that you need to show them. Don't worry, I'll show you step by step. You show them this document, you go in and have your seat. There's a number they will give you as you're going in. So you listen as that number is being called. When your number has been called, you go there, you submit your documents, they will check it and do everything. Then you'll be directed to go upstairs where for the capturing. He decided to go upstairs for the capturing. That's where the waiting time. I think that was the main waiting time. So for the one downstairs, you would have waited for about 1 hour or so, even more than it depends on the people there. So upstairs, you wait and then you sit for them to call you for your capturing. So that was where the issue started. So when I was called upon and thinking that, oh, after waiting about 4 hours, let me go in for my capturing. To my greatest surprise, I was told that my NI and the date of birth on my passport and the one on my NIA do not correspond. I don't know where that happened. I don't know where it went wrong, but I'm sure it was actually my fault. So I asked them, "Oh, what can I do? What's the next step?" I was told to go downstairs again and you know go downstairs and let them see what is going on. So I had to take back my the informations and everything documents I was given. I had to go back downstairs. At that point, I was so tired. I was so fed up that, oh, after the whole 2.5 journey, is this how everything is going to come to an end? So I went downstairs to show the guy, and he checked again, and he told me that there's a 1 year difference in my NI and my passport. So I felt, oh, it's something that could be done, and then let's do it and get to it. So he said no, I have to go and change the date of birth on the henna for you to correspond with the passport. Oh, at that point, I didn't know what to do. So I asked him, how do I? So I was given the card of somewhere to go. When I got there, I they were gonna do it to change it in about 5 days or so, but the fee was not something I could afford. So I had to leave there. We had to go back without doing anything. I had to go back, spend another 2.5 hours on the road without achieving what I came for. So I'm telling someone out there that if you need to renew your passport, and if you're coming from somewhere far, especially yours might not be 2.5 hours, yours might be, even be 4 hours. Please, please, please get your NIN. Make sure that the date of birth on your NIN and your passport corresponds, because no matter what you say, no one is going to listen. You just have to go and change it. So I went back home that day. I was so frustrated. I was so depressed, not achieving anything. But what could I do? Nothing. I just have to look for a way forward. And the money that was being called for me to do that is not something I could afford. I went back home and I called my brother in Nigeria about told my brother in Nigeria about it. So he asked someone, and then the person asked that if my BVN started with 2 2 and what's the difference in the age? It was just a year. So if my BVN started with 2 2, then it's something they could do. But if not, I really need to be present here for it to be changed. It's not something they just change like that. So I was lucky that I fell into those categories, that my BVN started with a double two, and that was how I was asked to wait for about 3 weeks, 2 3 weeks for it to be out, and luckily after 3 weeks, I was told that it's been changed. So I got a confirmation that it's been changed as well. I had to go back, prepare myself for another 2.5 journey just to go for the capturing. So I went over there, and another thing I didn't put into consideration was the fact that anything beyond one, you're not allowed to go in. So you have to be there before one in order to go in. I didn't think about it. I felt, oh, if I get around 1 or 2, it's just for me to do the capture and I could go in. And then, to my greatest surprise, I got there and I was told that I couldn't come in because I got there around 10 minutes past 1. Oh, girl, you need to see the way I was begging. I had to explain and explain that where I come from is so far. How will I just go back without doing what I came for again for the second time? But God be praised, I was allowed in. I went in, went to the counter that I went in before, and I was told to they made a check to confirm that the NI has been changed, and thank God it's been changed. So I was told to go upstairs. Another thing that I was afraid of was, I was gonna sit again and then wait for me to be called upon, and I was just told to go in for my capturing. So that shows that in a way Nigeria is gonna be great again. So I went in, did my capturing, and there's a place you, after the capturing, there's another queue you will join to get your, to take your envelope, the envelope that your passport will be put in and sent to you. In the queue, and there's a printout you'll be asked to sign and write your address and take a picture. I think there's a tracking number on it, and the date that you will receive your passport will be on it. You'll be asked to take a picture. So kindly remember to take a picture when you go there. I took the picture and that was it. So I was waiting on it. It showed that my passport will be ready on the 8th of February. So I was telling myself that, well, from the stories that I've heard, no, let's just hope. Another mistake I was doing was at the ending of by the end of January, I was tracking my application and it was still showing that awaiting N9 verification. So I was by this time, and it's just about 8 9 days to the day that I was told that it to be delivered. Why is my application still showing awaiting NI verification? I didn't want to put a culture. I was just hoping that, okay, maybe there's an issue with the site, or with that application that I'm trying to track. So about 4 days too, I still did the same thing. It was still showing NI verification. So I said, well, the only thing I could do now is wait till the 8th of February and see if my passport will be delivered. And if not, I have to put a call through or go there, which is another fear for me because I don't want to travel again 2.5 hours just to go and ask that how far, what's wrong with my passport, what's going on. So I was just praying that 8th of February will come and then my passport will get delivered to me. So on the 8th of February, I waited and then nothing was delivered. I said, okay, let me give them to you the next day. And surprisingly, on the 9th of February, as early as possible, before 10 o'clock, my passport was delivered to me. You cannot imagine the joy I felt because I was so happy. Honestly, I was so happy. Even if what I wanted to use it for had is gone now, because the time I wasted trying to do trying to make sure that my NI and then the date of birth goes, time has been gone and I wasn't able to get any appointment for what I wanted to do. The appointment I got was a little bit too late. So, but notwithstanding, is for someone out there to learn as well. I can always still use my passport for anything, but I'm happy that I was able to apply and I got my passport without unnecessary calling and whatsoever. So, like earlier before, I said that my own was date of birth. Yours could be a name or anything. Just make sure that whatsoever is on your NI corresponds with what is on your passport. Any little discrepancy like it shows that you would have to make sure that it goes along with each other. So that is just one thing. I'll be showing you again. So when you go onto the website, it gets you on this page. You click on the sign in at the right hand side of the page. It takes you straight to this one to tell you to sign in. You can sign in with one of your Google accounts, and then it takes you to this. You choose the one you want to sign in with, but it's advisable to sign in with the name that is on your passport. So next, it takes you to this to create new application or book appointment. You're creating a new application, so you click on the create new. Takes you to this where you fill the standard, expired, and so you fill that form, and then next to this, and the price is $130, is about 115 in pounds. Takes you to the next page for your information, your names, filling all that and everything, and then takes you to the last one here on the second page where your NIN is asked. So you input your NIN and then it takes you to another page, asks for your next of kin, asks for some other information, fill it in. After this, you get your application ID and reference number. From here, you fill in your application ID and then it takes you to book an appointment. So from here, you book the appointment and then you get your date. Go back to your application form, print out your acknowledgement payment. This is what the appointment slip look like. Print this out, you will need it. And this is what the special delivery looks like, delivery envelope, and a copy of your NI looks like this. You take all this along with your passport, as well as your £20 postal order that is payable to the Nigerian High Commission. You can get the envelope and the postal order at the post office. Just go into any post office and ask them for a postal order payable to the Nigerian High Commission. You will get it as well as your postal order. This too has to be taken, because if you don't take it along with you on the day, you have to go and look for it. I think there's a post office around, but you don't want to go through that stress when you could have actually gotten it with you before going. And in case I've missed anyone out, please just check the appointment slip. You would have every document you need to bring is all listed there. And thank you so much for coming to watch me. And if you have any questions that something you don't really understand, kindly put it down in the comment section and I will try as much as possible to answer it. Thank you so much for coming to watch me today. Thank you so much. Kindly remember to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on your notification button so that as soon as I drop another video, another good information that you need to see, you would quickly, come up to see it. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Bye.